next post we have here is titled, "Are You Alone?" Okay, let's read. I just got off work. Today I worked 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Around 10:45, a man walks in. I've had previous odd encounters with this man, such as seeing him walk behind me around my neighborhood and him hanging out near my street. I had brushed those off since I live right next to where I work, and I figured he lived there also, but always kept an eye on him. Anyway, the man comes in and orders his usual pastry. I work at a bakery, and tells me, quote, "I'm going to stay inside and eat my pastry. For anyone who doesn't know, my country is currently under lockdown because of the coronavirus, and all dining indoors is strictly prohibited. Not to mention, my bakery is tiny and there have never been any tables to sit inside, only a coffee bar that has never had space to sit. I tell him, we're on a lockdown, you can't really eat inside. His response chills me. Are you alone here? Yes, I respond stupidly, but quickly try and catch myself. But my coworker will be here soon. A complete lie. It's only about 11 a.m. and my coworker isn't scheduled till 1 p.m. when I'm off. Then no one will see me in here. He responds and goes back to eating his pastry at the coffee counter. I roll my eyes and go back to work, not getting paid enough to care if he quickly eats his pastry and leaves. 10 minutes pass. Then 15. This guy's still in my bakery. I look over and he's finished his pastry and has moved closer to the open space in the counter meant for employees to walk back and forth between the front of the store to the employees only side. Now I'm starting to get uncomfortable. I quickly text my coworker, a 30-year-old man who owns lots of guns and treats me like his little sister, 911. I look over again and now the man is even closer and is now reading a book. He's putting the book in front of his face and peeking at me from above it, watching me. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Multiple customers come in and in during his stay. Every time I turn my back to him, he gets closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer until eventually he is halfway in our employee-only area. I begin frantically texting my coworker. He tells me he's 4 minutes away. I finally make the decision to text my boyfriend. I had avoided doing so to keep from scaring him, but I was now terrified. I sat in the back of the employee area watching this guy. I held a knife just in case he decided to come any closer. Just as he takes a step closer, my coworker bursts through the door. A confrontation ensues, and the man leaves the shop but continues to sit in his parked car right outside the front and stares at me. I tell my coworker about the previous experiences I've had with him, and he's had enough. He marches out to the guy's car and tells him next time he comes about, it'll be his last. My boyfriend pulls up at this point and joins in the warnings. So, Matthew, aka my stalker, let's not meet again. Apparently, this Redditor also has a shitty video recording of the guy, so if you want to see it, apparently it's on the profile or it's posted on YouTube. I'll also put that in the description down below if you want to watch that. Super creepy, super weird. Yeah, no. The next post is called Creepy Late Night Road Trip Encounter. This happened at the beginning of this month after traveling home from a gaming convention. Not the gaming convention. It was a little over a 14-hour drive, and me and my mom had just gotten over the halfway mark. Being that we were both getting tired and it was about 10 p.m., we would pull over. I'm pretty sure what they meant to say, we decided to pull over at a gas station and have a nap. Our initial thinking was that this gas station was a 24-hour one, not the gas station. And being right off the highway, it would be okay. And being that we had stopped at that gas station before, just not as late, we thought it would be okay. So we parked, locked the doors, and decided to nap. It had been about 2 to 3 hours after we stopped that I woke up and looked over to see my mom awake. She told me to get back on the road and seemed slightly on edge. I asked her if everything was okay, and she said, "I'll tell you once we're on the road." Turns out, she had woken up about 45 minutes to an hour after we stopped to the sound of someone trying to open the handle on the driver's side passenger door. She never saw anyone, but she noticed the door had closed and a white van was parked facing the side of our car by the side of the gas station. Not wanting to frighten me, she let me sleep some more. The white van never left, and she never saw anyone after that. Thankfully, our doors were locked, and whoever it could have been didn't follow us. I remember in my dream I heard a door handle trying to be opened, so maybe it was my brain trying to tell me in my dream, but either way, it was a creepy encounter nonetheless. That is so funny. That happens to me all the time, of things actually, sounds in real life happening while I'm sleeping, and I'll hear it in my dream. I'm glad I've never had an original experience in my life. Yikes. That's not fun. But also, I would not sleep at a gas station. I don't know, babes. I think it's just me. I don't know, but I would not sleep at a gas station. No, not doing that. Okay, this next post is called "To the Man That Didn't Steal Our Xbox, but Stole Our Peace of Mind." We lived in a very small town in southern Ontario. Small crimes here and there, but nothing too shocking. 4 years ago in June, around 2 a.m., I was woken up by the most blood-curdling scream that still pierces my ears every time I think about it, from my mother. I was so scared I couldn't move. I heard my dad get up, run downstairs, and then pure silence. Apparently, my mom had heard someone banging around in the living room, and normally this wouldn't bother her, as we had 2 cats at the time, and they often played in the middle of the night and made a lot of noise. But she felt something was off, so she got up to investigate. She made it down the hallway, and there he was. A grown man, around 30 to 35, was in our living room trying to steal my brother's Xbox. He really said, "I am a gamer. I game." After my mom screamed, he came running at her. My mom ran down into the hallway bathroom and locked the door. Honestly, smart. That's what I would have done, because I don't know why, but usually the only rooms that have locks in a house are the bathrooms. Like, I feel like everyone's bedroom should have a lock. All the doors should have a lock on them. But in most houses, usually only a select few bedrooms or only the bathrooms have locks on them. I don't know, that's just my house. I don't know. Anyways, my dad was already up and out of the bed at this point and chased the man down the stairs. My dad was in the landing and the man was at the bottom of the stairs, turned around and came back up to my dad with a knife and yelled, "Where's the fucking door?" And I did hear him say that, but I still couldn't tell what was going on, and I was in my bed. My dad pointed to the door and the man took off. Now I know we are so lucky to have had nothing stolen or gotten hurt, but mentally it has taken a toll on all of us. I was about 17 when this happened, and now at 23 I'm fully confident to shower or sleep at home alone. Please, why is that me? I don't know why, guys. If I'm home alone, I do not shower. I take a bath, because if I shower, the only thing I can hear is water running. If I take a bath, I can have the water vents so I can hear if anything's happening. I don't know, just me. I'm paranoid. I don't know. It has taken me so many years to be able to sleep properly at night because now I wake up to so many noises. I'm only resurfacing this now because my boyfriend and I had just bought our first house, and the first few nights were a little rocky, but now I'm super calm. And that made me happy. The man was eventually caught by the police, period, and was actually wanted in Toronto for grand theft auto, break and entry, and drug charges. So needless to say, let's never meet again, you son of a bitch. That's fucking crazy. The next post is titled, "Someone tapped on my window at night." No window shit, guys. I can't. This is my one rule, that if I ever live anywhere ever, it's on the above floors. Floor 1 and 2, off limits. Especially floor 1, off limits. Off limits. You think I'm gonna live somewhere where someone can peer into my window from literally just walking on the sidewalk? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nor. 6 a.m. I get a morning call from work. It's a hospital, so they can screen us by phone before coming in. Whatever. Alarm is for 6:30 a.m. Can't sleep. Browsing my phone in an otherwise dark room. Pitch dark outside. Then I hear 4 very distinct taps on the window frame above my head, and my heart stops. I live in a nice neighborhood. First floor in a house. That's what I'm telling you guys. No first floors. No first floors. The window is to my backyard where a very squeaky gate and fence blocking it. Another set of tapping a few seconds later in a calm and steady set of 3. I freeze. Another set of 3. Turn on my bedside lamp. A set of 2 taps follows. I cannot see out the window at all. The blinds were closed and there was a very small gap between them, but honestly, I was in shock. Another set of taps a few seconds later. 2 or 3. One more time, maybe a set of 4. I cannot move. Then the gate quietly scraped and the tapping stops. I'm a very light sleeper and the gate is loud. I would have heard someone get in. I inspected and found nothing outside of the norm. I am doubting it's a burglar. Why would they tap when they could see the light of my phone? And after I turn on the light, there are no trees outside the window, and the taps were nothing like a bird or a bug. Nor pipes. The next day. So my priority was to make sure nobody was studying my routine or planning to rob me or murder me. So I set up a somewhat ridiculous homemade noise trap that would wake the neighborhood, and also set up a phone in the closest window with a sleep recorder to document and hopefully spook any mischief. What I found the next morning, I cannot explain. Went to sleep and lights out at exactly 11:30 p.m. An eventful night. I wake up, I shower, check the sleep recorder, and the first clip recorded at 11:41 p.m. made my heart sink. Not that I'm having a link, guys. Am I gonna click this? Hold on. Nobody else is awake or moving in the house. My neighbors are old, definitely were asleep, and they are always absolutely quiet. The first part of that clip is clearly something, glass falling and crashing. So I sheepishly go outside to inspect the aftermath of the broken bottles. To my surprise, nothing has changed. The bottles were exactly where I left them, and the entire interior and exterior of the house is completely unremarkable. Sure, someone could have set the bottles back up and jumped the fence, but the sleep recorder did not pick up anything else. I just set up a night vision camera. Here's just hoping this mystery is definitely solved tonight. We'll update tomorrow. Okay guys, I'm gonna click on the link. It's a SoundCloud link from the sleep recorder. I listened to the recording and it, to me, sounds like some things are getting moved around. I wouldn't say glass crashing, though I'm not sure. Maybe at the beginning or middle. I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. The next day, there was an update. Unremarkable night. So the camera works great, but it does have a big blue light, so it's not stealthy. If someone was being careful, they could definitely see it through the fence before entering. If all, it is a deterrent. Oh, if at all it is a deterrent, it's still very much worth it to me. Here's what the image looks like. Camera is going to stay up. I'll have to put a new post up if there's any updates. Stay safe out there, fam. Final update. Honestly, I think the noise trap and or the camera probably spooked who or whatever was causing this ruckus. I'm not hiding the camera, as was suggested below in the comments. LOL, I'd rather it be known that it's there. So far so good. Honestly guys, I feel like this was maybe just like a raccoon or something. But also, why would a raccoon tap on the window? I'm not sure, but from the sound, it literally just sounded like things were getting moved around. Anyways, next post. The last post I'll be reading is called Late Night at the Gas Station. This happened around sometime last year. It's late at night and I figured I'd grab some snacks and a pack of cigarettes and just play video games when I get back to the apartment. So I hop in my car and drive to the gas station. Surprisingly, no one is there except the guy's car who works there and one car filling up gas. Usually this gas station has a few people like me who are out late, lol. I walk in, I take my sweet ass time since I'm indecisive and can never decide what the fuck I want to drink and what variety of snacks I want. Notice this guy, tall and thin with a rugged look, walks in all happy. He gets a bag of ice and is roaming around inside the gas station. I proceed to pay. The guy rings me up. I get my bag and walk out. As I walk out, I'm like, weird. All these empty spots to fill up. This old, rundown van is next to me. Interesting. Hop in, prep what song I want to play, until the guy from inside comes out waving and speaking loud, almost yelling, "Hey man, sweet ride. I am not from around here and looking for the best way to get to this place." No idea what the fuck he was talking about. I proceed and say, "Thanks man, it's a sweet ride. I love this car." I told him honestly, if you're trying to get there, best to hop on this freeway and just keep driving. He kept telling me, "It's a kick-ass bonfire, dude. Keep in mind this guy looks about in his 50s. I travel all across the Southwest in this van and meet up with other people and we just have a fun time." I proceed friendly conversation until I tell him I have to get going. I'm like, alright, start my car and drive. Uh-oh. I got fucking startled as he was honking his car and I sped out the gas station. I was like, I better calm the fuck down before I get a ticket. This guy follows me and keeps honking at me and speeds off. He yelled something as he sped off. I was like, whatever, he probably wanted to drag me along whenever or wherever he went. Fuck that guy for ruining my night. Lesson learned. Here, gas stations are generally just creepy as fuck at late hours.